So today I'm pulling back the curtain on what it's really like to date women who are significantly younger, what works, what backfires, and the traps most guys walk right into. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to handle it, or if you should walk away altogether. Music Jessica OS here. Welcome to my channel. Remember to always look out for my name before you watch any video to be sure it's coming from me. Let's be real. Dating a woman 10, 5, even 20 years younger than you is like holding a lit stick of dynamite. It's thrilling, it's tempting. But if you don't know what you're doing, boom, your life, your wallet, your reputation can go up in flames. And here's the shocking part. Most men who chase younger women don't actually understand the rules of the game. And that's exactly why they lose. So let's jump into a couple of things that you need to take note of. Point 1, the power dynamic is not what you think. A lot of older guys walk into dating a younger woman with this cocky little smile, thinking, she's younger, I've got the money, the car, the life, the experience. Of course, she's going to see me as the prize. Let me wake you up. That mindset is exactly how you end up losing her. Here's the reality. Being older doesn't automatically give you the leverage that you want anymore. 20 years ago, maybe, but today she's got 1,000 guys her age or older hitting her DMs, offering trips, dinners, fun experiences. She's not starving for attention, and she's definitely not waiting around for the first older guy to notice her. What she's looking for isn't just an age difference, it's a value difference, right? She's not comparing you to her ex from college. She's comparing you as every guy who's ever tried to impress her. That means you need to bring something that she can't get from a 25-year-old guy. And no, that's not just money. It's stability, confidence, a sense of direction, self-control, emotional maturity, etc. The ability to handle her without overreacting or playing the same childish games that guys her age will play. The twist is if you lean too hard on your age or status, she'll smell insecurity on you. You'll have to show that you're the prize through how you carry yourself, not just tell her or hope that she automatically believes it. That's where most men blow it. You see, they think they're starting from the top, but in her mind you're starting at zero until you prove otherwise. So if you're dating younger, remember this, your age only works in your favor if it comes with something she actually wants and can't find anywhere else. Otherwise, you're just the older guy trying to keep up. Point 2, the trap of the trophy. Now this is where even high-value men get blindsided. They start treating her like she's the prize just because she's young and beautiful. And on the surface, that seems harmless, right? I mean, you're appreciating her looks, complimenting her all the time, showing her off. But the danger in this is if she starts feeling like her beauty is the only reason you're there, she's going to flip the power dynamic on you. Suddenly, she's the one calling the shots. You're walking on eggshells, afraid to upset her. You're bending your own schedule, your budget, your standards, right? Just to keep her happy. And before you know it, you've lost the frame in the relationship. You've gone from the man that she was intrigued by to the man who's basically just chasing her, every word and approval. You have to remember this. Beauty is common and beauty fades. Discipline, character, loyalty, kindness, those are rare. And when you put a woman on a pedestal for something as temporary as looks, you not only set yourself up to be replaceable, but you also train her to expect that treatment from every other guy she meets after you. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you shouldn't enjoy her beauty. Of course you should, but you can't worship it. You have to let her see that while you appreciate her looks, her values, her energy, her ability to add to your life is what earns your respect. Because the second she realizes you'll stick around no matter how badly she treats you, as long as she remains pretty, your leverage is gone. The men who succeed with younger women make it clear without ever having to say it. That beauty beauty alone isn't enough to win them over. That's the difference between being the man she respects and the man she uses. Point number 3, the reputation factor. Now, this is the part no one warns you about. Dating a woman who's significantly younger will affect how people see you. And it doesn't matter how confident you are. The world has opinions, right? Your friends will have something to say. Your family will definitely have something to say. And strangers they'll judge you without even knowing your name. Some people will maybe pat you on the back and call you legend. Others will raise their eyebrows and whisper behind your back, calling you desperate, insecure, or even predatory. That's just the reality that you're going to face if you date a younger woman. Then this can't handle that heat, then this game will actually eat you alive. Here's the thing. Your relationship doesn't exist in a vacuum. When you're out in the public, people notice the age gap. Don't kid yourself. When you introduce her to your circle, they'll have questions, sometimes subtle, sometimes blunt. And if your self-worth isn't rock solid, you're going to start overcompensating, over-explaining why you're together, defending yourself when no one even asked you any question to, or changing your behavior to avoid criticism. You can't live like that. If you're going to date younger, you need bulletproof confidence. You need to be grounded enough in who you are and what you want so that the outside noise doesn't touch you. Because the truth is, most of the people judging you aren't even in happy relationships themselves. So you have two options. Either you let the opinions of strangers run your love life, or you build the kind of confidence where their approval isn't even on your radar. If you can't do the second one, then save yourself the trouble and stick to women who are closer to your age. Point number 4, she's in a different life stage. Now, this point may be obvious, but one of the biggest mistakes men make when dating younger women is assuming that you're both on the same page about life and just stuff in your life and just stuff in general, right? But you're not. I mean, you might be thinking of, if you haven't already, building a family, buying a property, making long-term investments. Once again, if you haven't already, right? She, on the other hand, might be thinking about music festivals, group trips with friends, experimenting with her career path. This isn't about intelligence. It's just the stage of life that she's in. You've probably already made your rookie mistakes, learned your lessons, built some stability on the way. She's still in the middle of figuring out who she is and basically what she wants from life. And here is where the tension starts to build, right? If you expect her to think and act like a 3-5 to 4-year-old woman when she's 2-3, you're going to be constantly frustrated. The reality is she's going to want to go out more often than you do. She's going to value experiences over security in the short term. She might still be impulsive with money, friends, and even emotions. But, and this is important, if you understand this gap and manage your expectations, it doesn't have to be a problem. In fact, it can be exciting. You can bring her into this new world that she's never experienced or seen, and she can bring fresh energy and fun into yours. The danger lies in when you start resenting her simply for being in her 20s. I mean, it's like you're expecting her to skip her growth just to match who you are. So if you're going to date younger, you've got to make peace with the fact that you're not dating your equal in life experience. You're dating someone who's still building her identity. If you can't handle that reality, you're better off dating someone once again closer to your stage in life. Point number 5, the attention economy is against you. So dating a younger woman today isn't just about dealing with her. You're competing with the entire internet. I mean, 20 years ago, her dating pool was whoever she met at school, work, or through friends. Now she's got guys from every country, every age, every income bracket dropping into her DMs before breakfast. And the interesting bit is you're not just competing with men she knows in real life, right? You're competing with blue check athletes athletes, YouTubers, crypto bros, flashing Lamborghinis, and guys who have no problem love bombing her for attention. Now, every time her phone buzzes, you're in an invisible contest, and it's one that you didn't sign up for. Now, here's where most men lose, right? They let this constant competition make them insecure. They start over-exting. They demand to know where she is, who she's with, why she hasn't replied in the last 20 minutes. And the second you start acting like you're scared to lose her, you've already lost. The only way to win in this environment is not to play the same game. You can't outthirst her Instagram followers. You can't try to be available 24/7. You have life to live. Instead, you have to be the calm in her storm, the man who's unaffected by the noise, because your life is already full. Your attention is valuable. Your self-worth doesn't rise or fall based on how quickly she texts you back. When you show her that you're not competing for her attention, you're the attention worth competing for. That's when you stand out, because every other guy, guessed what, is chasing her. You, on the other hand, you're just living your life and letting her keep up. Now, if these tips are hitting home, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you know exactly when I drop new videos. Plus, it helps you decipher the fake Jessica OS channels from mine. Thank you in advance. Let's move on to point number 6. Your value is in the contrast. So if you're going to date a younger woman, stop trying to be a younger man. That's where so many guys shoot themselves in the foot. They start dressing like her friends, talking like her friends, trying to keep up with her energy just like they were 2 years again. The problem is she already has guys her age, and you blending in doesn't make you more attractive. It actually makes you forgettable. Yeah, your advantage, take it from me, is in the contrast. She can get a guy who will take her clubbing until 400 a.m. She can get a guy who lives for TikTok dances and Netflix binges. But what she can't easily get is a man who moves with purpose, who has a sense of direction, who's built something real for himself. You don't win by competing with youth. You win by owning your lane. That means your maturity, your patience, your emotional control, your ability to turn a date into an experience, not just a hangout. You're the guy who shows her the finer things, introduces her to new ideas, and sets a standard that she hasn't seen before. Think of it like this. If she's used to boys playing checkers, you're playing chess. She's used to chaos, you're playing calm. She's used to instant gratification. You're the man who understands delayed gratification and, of course, long-term vision. That's the difference she notices, respects, and talks about when you're not around. But if give up that contrast, if you try too hard to be relatable by pretending you're in her world, you kill the very thing that makes her interested in yours. And finally, a point that's so important is what I call the exit strategy. So one of the biggest mistakes older men make when dating younger women is believing that they can weight her into becoming who they want, right? They ignore glaring incompatibilities, thinking, oh, she'll mature, she'll come around eventually. Truth is, sometimes she will, but other times she won't. And the longer you ignore that reality, the more time, money, emotional energy you burn. You have to go into a younger woman relationship with an exit strategy. That doesn't mean being cold or treating her like she's disposable. It means being clear about your non-negotiables from day one. If your end goal is marriage and kids, and she's not even sure whether she wants that in the next 20 years, that's not difference of opinion, it's a ticking clock. Too many men stay in these relationships out of ego. They don't want to feel like they failed or admit that the spark was mostly physical from the start. And meanwhile, they're putting off finding someone who's actually aligned with their life path. You see, an exit strategy is about protecting your time and your heart. It's knowing when to cut off before it turns into resentment, before you're trying to force her into a role that she never signed up for. Here's a golden rule. Enjoy it while it works, but don't chain yourself to a situation just because it's fun right now. Be willing to walk away when the goals don't match, and you'll leave with your dignity and your resources and your sanity intact. So here's the bottom line, is dating a younger woman is not about trying to relive your 20s. It's about knowing exactly who you are, what you bring to the table, and refusing to compromise on your self-respect. Because if you don't, then you're just another older guy that she's tried out for a few months before moving on. Don't be that guy. Once again, if you got value from this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Jessica OS is my name. Look around. Catch so many more videos that are helpful. Catch you in the next one.